Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 73 of your student journal, and our objective for the day is, today I will round whole numbers to the nearest 100. Okay, so we've been doing rounding already. So that's our key word, is today we're going to continue to round, but now we're going to be rounding to the nearest 100, to the nearest hundreds place value. So we could even put like an H for the hundreds place value is what will be working on today. Okay. So if we look at our vocabulary, you'll notice that we don't have anything new. And just like before, our steps are really long. So I'm not going to read through all of those, but I want you, they're the same as we've had. We always start by underlining the place value. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. You could refer back to this if this is going to help you, or you could refer back to our examples. Okay, so I'm going to grab my red pen and I'm going to get started. You want to sit back and watch. My first problem says round 753 to the nearest 100. So the nearest 100. Okay, which means in my number 753, I need to underline the place value that's in the hundreds. And I might even write it larger so you can see. Well, I know that's my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. So I'm going to underline the 7. Okay, so that 7 stands for 700. So at the beginning of my number line, I'm going to write 700. Okay, because this stands for 700. The next 100 or 100 more would be 800. Okay, so notice what I did. I first underlined the place value, and then I wrote that number here, and then I wrote 100 more here. Okay, then I asked myself, what's right in the middle of 700 and 800? Right in the middle of 700 and 800 is 750. Okay. Now that I know my middle number, I'm going to place this number that they're giving me, 753, on my number line. So is 753 going to be in this section? Is it going to be between 700 and 750? Or is it going to be between 750, 800? Well, I know 753 is more than 750. Not a lot more, just a tiny bit more. So it's probably going to be somewhere right about here. It's going to be pretty close, but it's going to be more. Okay, so what that tells me is, since the 753 is on this side, since it's on that side, then what that tells me is when I round 753, because it's on this side, I'm going to round up. I'm going to do something that we call round up because it's on this side of the number line. So my answer is going to be 800 because I round up. Okay, boys and girls, let's look at another one of those. Okay, my next one is round 298 to the nearest 100. And then explain our thought process. Okay, again, I like to write it, so I'm going to maybe rewrite it over here. So 298. And what do I know about that? That's my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. So they want me to underline my hundreds place value. Okay, so this 2 is valued at 200. So I'm going to write that there. And then what's the next 100? What's 100 more? So it's 200, then 300. Okay, and what's in the middle of 200, 300 would be 250. Okay. Where is my number going to go on this number line? 298. Is it going to be between 200 and 250, or is it going to be between 250, 300? Ooh, 298 is going to be really close to 300. It's going to be so close. It's probably going to be right about there. Okay, so what that tells me is, because it's on this side of the number line, because remember it's like cut in half, there's two sides. So since it's on this side of the number line, I'm also going to round up, and my answer is going to be 300. Okay, so boys and girls, let's try some of these together. We are on page 74 in your student journal, page 74 in your student journal. And here's our first problem. Round 434 to the nearest 100. Okay, so I'm going to put 434 here so I can write my place values on top. So that's my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. And since they want us to round it to the nearest 100, we're going to underline the hundreds place value. Okay, so that 4 is worth 400. So let's put that on our number line. Okay, now 400, 100 more would be 500. Okay, what goes right in the middle of 400, 500 would be 450. And we want that middle so we know which side it's on. Okay, where does our number go? Our number is 434. Is it in this area or this area? So we have to ask, is it smaller than 450 or larger? It's smaller. 434 is smaller. I would maybe say it's about here, somewhere about maybe there. 434. Okay, now boys and girls, since it's on this side of the line, we're going to do something called round down. We're going to round down to 400, which is our answer, because it's on that side of the number line. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, this one says, round 697 to the nearest 100, explain your thought process. And we're explaining our thought processes verbally as we're doing our work. Okay, so I'm going to write my number just because it's too small for me. 697, which is my ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay, and they want us to round to the nearest 100. So underline your hundreds place. Okay, that 6 is worth 600. So we put a 600 here. And then what's 100 more goes here? Hopefully you wrote a 700. Okay, and what's right in the middle of 600, 700? Hopefully you are writing 650. Okay, where does our number go? Where would 697 go on this number line? Is it going to go on this side or on that side? Well, it's going to go on this side, but it's going to be 697 is really close to 700. I'm going to say it's really close. So close. It's probably about there. Maybe even closer. Okay, so since our number's on this side of the number line, we are going to round up. So our answer is 700. Okay, friends, you're going to be working on some of these on your own. Have a nice day.